Greetings! Today is May the 15th of 2019. So if you saw my earlier video about the little police cars as used in Ghostbusters, I kind of left somebody out. Lauren White was a person that I'd been speaking to on Facebook, and he actually owns some of the cars that were production used. He's got a wax one that the Statue of Liberty stepped on for Ghostbusters 2, and also he's got a crushed one from GB1. He wasn't even sure if it was used in the movie. He just sort of found an auction or had an opportunity to buy one. I'm not sure the exact circumstances, and said, yeah, I'll get it, what the heck. And then after he posted photos of it, I said, no, that is, because there's a reference in Cinefex 17 where Mark Stetson, the guy that talks on the 99 special effects featurette about these cars, says, as a joke, we had the Stay Puft Man crush a car with his foot and then look at it as if he had just stepped on dog doo. They liked it, and we redid the take, squishing the next car a little more, and then leaving behind a residue of white marshmallow stuff on top of it. So after that, Lauren White and I have kind of, kept an eye on each other. He's given me some information, and I've given him some information. It's kind of nice. And he shared a picture of what the crushed car looked like, and I noticed in the photo, you could see a little M16 machine gun. So I circled it in the image, and I sent it to Lauren, and I said, hey, it looks like there's a little toy M16 in there. And he says, did you notice the shotgun? And I thought, I wonder if they use like a G.I. Joe gun for that, because in the Cinefex article, it mentions G.I. Joe figures being used. In that shot, the Ghostbusters would also be visible, so we painted some G.I. Joe dolls to look like them and stuck them up on top of the model. I thought it could be a G.I. Joe part. I wonder, among my G.I. Joe toys, have I got that exact M16 anywhere? So then, I started buying these little cars, and I got 3 of the white ones and 1 of the blue ones, as you saw in my previous video. And I finally began dismantling one of these recently to see about converting it into a taxi cab. And getting the wiring and everything out of there is going to be a little trickier and more involved than I had hoped it was going to be, but it does look feasible. And I started on this one because this is the one that's missing a tire. Where's the tire? That's my lens cap cover. There we go. There's the missing tire. So I thought this one would be the best one to start pulling apart to teach myself how to dismantle these. And while I was dismantling it, I was surprised to find something. So here's the internal cab of this very detailed model. And I mean, look at this stuff. Look at the front grille. Okay, and then look at the back side of the front grille where you see that all the lights and the black grille marks are all separately molded in different colors to produce that effect on the front. I mean, this thing's basically a model kit that was a toy. It's awesome. And inside the cab of it, we get to see a little walkie-talkie here. I mean, that would be in a taxi cab too, not just a police car. So I can leave that in there. You see reclining seats. I mean, that's awesome. And there's also a weapons rack. Now, I kind of broke the post on this to get it out, but there's the M16, there's the shotgun, and there's one more weapon there. So this is what somebody at Boss Films cut apart and painted and used in the crushed version of this little car right here. And now that I know what to look for, I can actually see that M16 in there on these actual, kinds of cars that they used. So the funny thing is that when they made the crushed car, you can see little bits of the seat, you can see some of the weapons strewn about, and Lauren pointed out you can see a cop's body in there. Now, I've always been accused of having sort of a gallows sense of humor, but it is kind of thought-provoking how dark they went in the tiny details. I know, it's a deleted gag. They didn't even use it in the finished film, and had they used it, it would have been such a tiny detail no one would have ever seen it on screen. But it was there in their minds as they were making the movie, so, it does kind of raise up a point. It would certainly up the ante of the final conflict with Stay Puft. I mean, I've actually heard people say that they feel sorry for Stay Puft when he's getting blasted and melted and exploded and everything, but don't feel sorry for Stay Puft.
He's a cop killer.